crisp November morning, several hundred people gathered in Enniskillen. They came to remember those killed and injured by an IRA bomb 25 years ago on this very day. That morning in 1987, the victims were all civilians who had gathered at the cenotaph to honour those who died in 2 world wars. 11 people were killed in the mayhem and over 60 were injured. After 13 years in a coma, a 12th person, a local school teacher, passed away in the year 2000. Nobody has ever been convicted in relation to the crime. Samuel Galt was one of those killed. His son Stephen still misses him.
I think it's raw because, well, not only have I'm left without a father, my late mother died just after the 20th anniversary, but I think the most important thing is Enniskillen needs its justice. Nobody has been tried or went to jail for Enniskillen, and this new lead now with the HET, going back to the PSNI, hopefully it'll bring some answers and closure to the Enniskillen.
So many people have remarked about the changes in your own life, getting married and so on. Can you talk to me about that?
Well, I got married 7 years ago. Sharon, my wife, she's fantastic. I went through a bad phase with my health just after we got married, and she's been my carer and she's done a tremendous job, and also she is also a Catholic.
And the fact that it's a cross-community marriage, that's such a statement to everybody about yourself, isn't it?
Well, it's not really a statement because I grew up, my best friends were Catholics. To this day, my best friends are Catholics, so I had no problem marrying a Catholic. It wasn't Catholics that carried out this atrocity, it was terrorists. You can't equate the two of them together.
Relatives, including Stephen Galt, gathered this morning where their loved ones had been attacked. There was a minute's silence at 10:43, the precise time of the explosion 25 years ago. Then, one by one, the families paid tribute to their loved ones. Politicians like the SDLP leader Alistair MacDonald and Northern Ireland's First Minister Peter Robinson commented about the dignity of the ceremony.
It was, and I think you can feel the anxiety, the touch of, I think, God's love on those who have suffered so much for such a long period of time. And I think you can feel the sense that there is a need for justice in cases like this, but it was carried out with great dignity. And I think that you can realise when you come to an event like this just how much people have hurt and just the impact that it has had on the lives of so many people.
The SDLP is very, very committed to reconciliation, and we feel that true reconciliation can only come about if we get truth. And all of these things will have to be followed up, and the Historic Inquiries team has come up with some evidence, and I hope it should be followed up to the limit.
After the 1-hour ceremony, a man who was injured approached me. Joe Holbeach is still traumatised by what happened to him 25 years ago.
I was in so much shock I didn't even know that 11 people had been dead around me, you know. And I seen bodies got clean, having a man whisked me off to the Ern Hospital, believed it busted my back, pandemonium at the Ern Hospital, and then turned around and I was crying like a good one in the casualty department, and of course then sent home 4 hours later. But when I went to go to wash my face to try to, when I couldn't sleep, my face hadn't been washed by the hospital, you know, still full of dust and dirt like I'd been thrown in the Great Escape or something. All I know is that I got very little compensation out of it, but I'm waiting the money from maybe coming from Libya to compensate me. But I got my life out of it, you know. But I'll never forget the minister up in the Ern Hospital saying madness, madness, madness. The words in the film, River Kwai film, you know, Among Us, right? And it was a horrific experience for me, you know. I've had my problem. I'm going for trauma counselling Tuesday night coming at the Waves Antrim Road with a German woman who's a counsellor, you know. This is 25 years ago, and to me it's just like yesterday, you know.
Crowds will gather here again at the cenotaph in 3 days' time for the traditional Remembrance Sunday ceremonies. My understanding is they'll be joined on that morning by An Taoiseach Enda Kenny. Tommy Gorman, RTE News, Enniskillen.